Hello, everybody. Welcome to the EOS Hot Sauce, episode number 160. I'm your host, Dan Singjoy. I hope that you're having a wonderful day and you're excited for some very spicy EOS news. Jumping right into it, the first topic that we'll discuss today is the third official Eden election. Then we'll talk about Pomelo Season 3, ENF Q2 Quarterly Report, DAGGs, the evolution of GameFi, EOS Bees Swarms 2.0, a new EOSIO podcast with Yves and Douglas, some controversial dealings with B1, Defibox second anniversary, and EOS Community Events. So the first topic that we'll discuss, the first story, is the third official Eden election, which is incredibly exciting. And there's so much to say about this. So I'll just give you a very high level overview, and then you can explore more in the show notes and throughout the EOS Twitter sphere and so forth. So the third official Eden election occurred on July 9th, this Saturday, and it was an amazing experience. Helios live streamed the full event on their YouTube channel. Thank you so much to Helios for live streaming this event and also the beautiful artwork as well. You can watch the full live stream with approximately 5 hours of content. There was about 70 incredible EOS community members, extremely talented people and passionate people who work together in this election for the benefit of EOS and true democracy around the world. I highly recommend listening and watching to learn more about everything that's going on with Eden and with EOS. There were 18 delegates who were elected, who you can see here in this by-wire tweet. Each of these delegates will receive funding to help EOS and help Eden, and also leadership role to help guide the future of EOS governance and democratic governance throughout the world. You can also check out the Eden UI to see exactly who participated, and you can see the results of every room. And then, of course, in truly democratic and transparent fashion, you can click the blue play button for each of these rooms to see the full election round and see how each participant came to consensus. And I highly recommend listening to these. It's a great way to learn more about the amazing people in the Eden community. There were 4 chief delegates who were elected, who will receive more funding and more power to help guide the future of Eden. So these 4 chief delegates are Chris Barnes, Han Ryu, Luca Perkic, and myself. I'm very honored to be working with these chief delegates, and I'm stoked to be working with Chris, Han, and Luca, and everybody in the Eden community to do as much as possible to help the Eden community and EOS community. There's so much more I can say. Thank you so much, everybody, for the support, both for myself and on behalf of everybody who participated in the elections. I think we all greatly appreciate it. And I shared much longer kind of like speeches and lots of thank yous and lots of visions for the future in talks, but I'll just keep it very short for here. And yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for participating in this vitally helpful election. Yves shared a congratulatory tweet a couple days ago, and then we also met with Yves for the first contact live stream on Helios, which was a very fascinating conversation. You can also check out, there's a short thread where Yves shares the importance of decentralized governance like Eden on EOS with the world's largest DAO, that is, or the world's second largest DAO after Bitcoin, that is EOS, and how we have a process that enables leaders to emerge in a decentralized process. It shows the vital importance of Eden and EOS and democracy and governance. And then, yeah, you could check out the full live stream. It was the first time that Eden chief delegates ever met with the ENF on a public live stream, and we got right into it the morning after the election. Chris and Helios set this up and coordinated with Yves. So thank you so much, Helios and Yves and the ENF and everybody for coordinating this. And I, of course, recommend listening to all of these different podcasts and so forth. It was fascinating to hear Yves' perspectives about the need for independence of Eden and so forth, and hear from each of the chief delegates about what we'll be doing in the coming weeks and months to help grow Eden and help spread the principles of true democracy. Just a very high-level overview or a quick introduction, rather, to the chief delegates. So Chris Barnes, he's a widely known and respected EOS community member who was a former chief delegate in the first term. During this term, he ran primarily to help grow Eden and also to help organize Eden. So you can check out his proposal he shared a couple weeks ago on Miro, where he shared a detailed overview of what he's aiming to do and how he's aiming to do it with Eden. And also you can check out his recent video, Top 5 EOS Moments of the Week, where he shares a bit more of his perspectives there as well. Han Ryu is also widely respected EOS community member, and especially in the South Korean community. He is he leads the Node.one block producer, and he's also leading the My Vote EOS initiative, where you can learn more about this on the My Vote EOS YouTube channel. There's a half-hour interview with Han where he's explaining how he's working to increase the democracy and legitimacy of EOS governance and blockchain governance in general. And you can also check out the YouTube channel to see many interviews with block producers hosted by Han, which are very helpful, as well as the MyVoteEOS website, I believe it's .com. Luka Perkic, also a widely respected builder. He does amazing work. He's building Port. It is one of his main projects, which enables password verification without having to compromise privacy, which is very helpful for Pomelo and many other services. And then Luca is also working to build a Telegram bot that will help make Eden more independent with video services from Telegram as opposed to Zoom, and is generally advocating for simple approaches to help grow Eden. And then myself, I'll share more details about myself in the future, but for now, I'll just say that my platform and what I'm really aiming to do is help grow the Eden community and engage the Eden community and help the Eden community cooperate for the benefit of Eden on EOS as much as possible. And the main focus of my platform is to help support the Eden Fractal. So we've been meeting for the past 6 weeks with the Eden Fractal, using the Fractal Eden process, where we reward contributors and so forth for helping Eden on EOS. Everybody can earn EOS and NFTs and respect and so forth. We'll talk about that more in a bit, but I'm mostly aiming to support the Eden Fractal as much as possible. And I'm also supporting the EOS Bees. And Jesse recently shared a very helpful proposal to expand the scope of Eden to become a crypto networking group. And we're actually be starting crypto networking events every Wednesday at 12:30 UTC, right before the Eden Fractal events. So lots of really exciting details. And then in addition to all this, we've also been getting very much into, we've been hitting the ground running, and we've had many meetings since then over the past week. So we had the first chief delegate meeting on Monday, where we reviewed, where we talked about our future meeting plans. We're meeting every week and sharing our videos with the community. And then we're also working on setting up KPIs and metrics to measure our success to help grow Eden in the most efficient and effective way possible. You can check out this full chief delegate meeting on the Eden on EOS Odyssey channel, of course. And then we also met with the previous chief delegates from last term yesterday, which you can also see on the same channel. And we discussed many fascinating and helpful topics about the future of Eden. And also thanks so much to the previous chief delegates for getting the Eden community where we are right now, and also the first term of chief delegates, in addition to the second, and everybody who's participated in Eden to bring it to where we are now. Thank you so much, everybody, for making this all possible. And you can check out this very fascinating talk here. We also talked about the third Eden election quite a bit in the EOS Fireside Chat this week, so check that out. We heard from many delegates there, and we spoke about it for about an hour with many fascinating conversations. And then also in the Eden Town Hall that I co-host with Felix Reese, which we do every Sunday at 16 UTC. Everyone's welcome to join all of these events, and Felix did an awesome job of making timestamps for this, so you can check out all the different topics that we discussed this week right after the election, and you can watch all the previous videos, and you can join the Eden Fractal events on every Wednesday at 12:30 or 13 UTC. And of course, you can watch all the videos on the Eden on EOS Odyssey channel from both this term so far and future terms, and there'll be much more coming soon. This is all based off of the principles in More Equal Animals, which I highly recommend reading again if you haven't lately. There's been some great tweets about why Eden on EOS is so important. And to learn more about Eden, come join the Eden Discord and ask questions and so forth. It's a great opportunity for so many people. The next election is coming up on October 9th. So looking forward to that. I hope to see you there, and also hope to see you at all of these weekly community events that we have going on. Also, one more thing that I forgot to mention is Chris and Gabriel from Helios. I think they're planning to start an Eden member kind of meeting on Tuesday. So that's something to look out for as well. But yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for supporting and everything. And I'm looking forward to working with everybody there. And that was kind of difficult to summarize. I'm trying to keep it short, but there's so much that happened. But anyway, we'll move on to the next topic now. Or actually not before next topic, I suppose it's a topic, but we'll talk about the party cracker giveaway. So as we do, we give away party crackers every week on the EOS Hot Sauce. And this week we're giving away 10 party crackers to people who follow EOS Nation on Twitter. And also you can check out how this bounty block contest works at this website by looking at the most recent tweet at EOS Nation. You got to click join the contest if you'd like to participate and be eligible for a chance to win. And then once you click that, you can register and link your EOS account, follow EOS Nation on Twitter, and then retweet and so forth to get more entries. And that's a great way to win really awesome NFTs that are really exciting and have really cool EOS artwork and so forth. I'll check out the chat now. I see lots of comments, and sorry I was missing it before, but hey, Yarrow and Yana and Andrew, thank you very much, Andrew, and thank you, Daniel. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the support. And yeah, the first contact video was very fun, and I appreciate the kind words. And hello, Moro, and go Eden. Go everybody. Hey, Veronica. Hey, Marcos. Go EOS. Thank you everybody for being here and all the amazing work for the EOS community. Let's move on. I hope that everybody's enjoying your day. The next topic that we'll discuss today is the Pomelo Season 3. So there's a couple of big pieces of news, primarily with the funding pool. So the ENF announced that they'll be providing $350,000 USD worth of EOS for the Pomelo Season 3 matching pool this season, and the applications will begin on July 19th, so just 4 days, and then donations begin on July 27th. So this is going to be profoundly helpful to support public goods on EOS for the benefit of EOS and the world. In addition to the 350,000 from the ENF, Pomelo is also adding an additional 6,738 EOS from Season 2 fees and up to 10,000 EOS from Season 3 NFT sales. Just really awesome rockets and so forth that all go to help fund public goods. So you can check out this and also check out the new article that Pomelo recently released about what is a public good, to help share how exactly public goods work and what they are. They are non-rivalrous and non-excludable, so basically free for everybody. But this article really helps to provide a concise definition to help remove any unclarity and to help everybody understand exactly what is a public good and what qualifies to receive funding on Pomelo. So check that out to learn more. And then also you can check out the recent Pomelo Grants articles to learn more about Season 3, the schedule that will be happening in Season 3. And then also you can check out the recent Pomelo Season 3 NFT guide to learn more about the NFTs that will help support public goods on Pomelo, and then also help grow the ecosystem and help go to outer space with all sorts of fun stuff. So now there's $350,000 coming soon, and everybody who would like to participate, remember to register within the next week or so. The 19th is when it starts, and the 27th is when donations start. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing all of these projects that are coming with funding for public goods on EOS. And yeah, so that's that. We'll move on to the next topic now. Thanks so much to Pomelo and everybody. I love Pomelo too, Daniel, and I think many of us do. Make sure it's like that to smash that like button. Thank you, Andrew. Absolutely. The next topic that we'll discuss today is the ENF Q2 report. So every quarter, the ENF provides the EOS community with an expenditure of its activities and grants and financial actions and so forth. So in Q2, the ENF invested nearly $5 million to help fund various EOS initiatives, and it's very much detailed in this post. So first off, there's a brief blog post here, which very briefly sums up some of the missions and so forth. And then there's a much more detailed 19-page Q2 report where you can learn all about, or a high-level overview still, but quite a bit about many initiatives with the ENF, starting with their mission, and then also talking about the progress report, the ENF socials by the numbers, which are showing tremendous growth and lots of great people or lots of tweets and videos and so forth that are bringing, I assume, many great people to EOS, and I can see EOS community growing. So I love to see the developments here. There's also a description about the various working groups that are going on within the ENF and within EOS. So for example, the EOSIO Coalition and the top 22 EOSIO Coalition priorities, the upcoming rebrand and so forth. These are all things that we've covered in quite a bit of detail on the hot sauce, and then also on the eosnetwork.com/blog, where you can learn much more details. But this is a great place to provide a general overview of the various initiatives that are going on from the ENF and within the EOS community. So they're talking about Trust EVM and the API plus Blue Paper and Pomelo and so forth. It's very beautifully designed and with lots of helpful information. Here's Pomelo Season 2 and so forth. So yeah, check this out and read it for the full description about all these great things going on with the ENF. And then also at the final 2 pages, you can see the ENF operations and financial overview. So you can see the overall spending from the ENF, and then also the roadmap for what the ENF will be releasing in Q3 and Q4. So thank you so much, ENF, for all the great work. And now we'll move on to the next topic. So the next topic that we'll discuss today is DAGGs and how DAGGs will transform GameFi, the evolution GameFi. So last week we featured DAGGs as the featured topic. Yves wrote an excellent article in NASDAQ, and now he wrote another article that's also excellent in the International Business Times. So I read this yesterday and it was a fascinating article. I really love Yves' insights about DAGs and very much recommend checking it out. Sorry for the weird advertisements, but yeah, there's a great article here where he's talking about from DAGs, from guilds to DAOs to DAGs, and how DAGs are the key to unlock greater adoption. And yeah, you can check out Yves' recent thread to see the recent articles that he wrote as well about GameFi. And then you can also check out the Everything EOS Weekly Report from July 11th, where you can learn, among many other topics, a detailed description about GameFi and DAGs, and you can learn more about this article and some great tweets and stats and so forth that the Yves and the ENF recently shared about all the great gaming that's going on EOS. And you can also check out this recent article from Bywire too about top 5 play to earn games built on EOS. Bywire is doing great work, so thank you very much, and it's a great resource. And yeah, of course, this is only possible on EOS because of EOS's incredible performance, and you can see this graph here, which shows how dominant in market share EOS is for DAGs and GameFi. So I'm looking forward very much to see that, and check out the links in the description to learn more about DAGs and GameFi. The next topic that we'll discuss today is EOS Bee Swarms. So the EOS Bees have been working to build swarms. The EOS Bees are of course, a marketing organization with approximately 200 bees right now, where they do lots of kind of grassroots marketing, and they have been working on this initiative for EOS Bee Swarms, which will enable payment of EOS to people who engage with tweets and so forth and help attract large influencers to EOS. So the EOS Bees released a very interesting article here and did their first swarm this week. So you can learn how these swarms work and so forth. They have lots of interesting technologies that are making this possible. So you can learn about it on the Bywire News article, and you can learn about how the bees are collaborating with Tippet, which is a great tipping platform on EOS that you can learn more about at tippet.io. So Tippet built some custom software for the EOS Bees, and they combined it with this swarm flow, which you can check out at that Bywire article to learn more, which will basically help promote EOS and help bring more people with more followers to EOS and so forth to help everybody understand the benefits of EOS. They did their first swarm this week with this Eden on EOS tweet, and they got a lot of engagement. There was something like 200 likes and retweets and so forth. So it's great. And they were promoting crypto networking too, which is what I mentioned before, that I'm helping to promote Jesse's project and his initiative with the proposal. Patrick from Nova Crypto also recently helped propose this, and you can read exactly how this networking group will work and how the EOS Bees Swarms will help promote it at this article or document that is shared in the EOS Bees tweet. And then you can also check out edenfractal.com/networking to see where we're going to be hosting these events every Wednesday at 12:30 UTC. So thanks so much. Great work, EOS Bees. And on to the next topic we go. So next topic is a new EOSIO podcast with Yves LaRose and Douglas Horn. So of course, Yves is CEO of the ENF and Douglas is CEO of GoodBlock. He's a prominent builder in Telos, and they had about an hour and 15-minute conversation with many interesting insights. It was fascinating to listen to, and it's great to see these builders and these leaders in EOSIO working together. So this is also going along with the great progress of the EOSIO coalition with these chains like Telos and Wax and the UX Network and EOS working together, which of course you can learn more about on the EOSnetwork.com blog. You can see all their weekly reports, and you can see the playlists, and you can also see in the Everything EOS Weekly Report from July 11th, a great story about EOSIO coalition progress with lots of exciting details about increased finality, faster finality, and IBC and all sorts of stuff like that. So yeah, it's great to see Yves and Douglas working together, and you can check out the interview with them in the link in the description to learn more. Next topic that we'll discuss is some controversial dealings from Block.one. So EOS Go wrote an article which details many controversy and things that Block.one has done over the past years or so forth that well, they're controversial. And so we'll say it there, the link's in the description right now. We've covered Block.one's controversial dealings several times in the past. For example, I believe in the mid-May, Hot Sauce around 145, we featured it. So there's lots of details here we'll also share. There's also a tweet where a popular influencer named the Wolf of Wall Streets talked about Do-Kwon and Terra, and then Yves kind of called him out a bit and talked about how he's supporting Bullish and how Bullish and Block.one greatly misrepresented what they said they were going to do for the EOS community. So it's good to see that the EOS community is rallying and helping to show the benefits of EOS and so forth. And then also sticking up and working together as a DAO independently of misaligned community interests. So you can check out in the May 23rd, Everything EOS Weekly Report. There's mainstream EOS mainstream media coverage from Wired and Forbes, which shares more details about EOS's relationships with Block.one and the various misrepresentations and incompetencies of Block.one. So you can check that out in that weekly report. And then you can also check out a new EOS Go article about how the EOS community is thriving with the valuable teachings and insights. So thank you, EOS Go, for the article. And let's move on to the next topic. The next topic that we'll discuss today is 3 RC releases. So there is a big week in development for EOS. So this week, the ENF shipped 3 separate release candidates for 3 different products. So there's the Mando 3.1 RC2, CDT 3.0 RC1, and Contracts 3.1 RC1. So there's a thread here for developers with lots of GitHub links where you can learn exactly what these various improvements and shipments will do to help make EOS more reliable and performant and helpful for all. In addition, we also had a great conversation about this, and we heard from Matthew, Darwin, and Areg, who are great engineers in EOS, about these new release candidates and how they'll help. They'll help with permissions and all sorts of different things. You can check out the show notes in the description of the video to see exactly the different benefits for each of these different shipments. So thank you so much to the great developers. And of course, you can also check out the Short Clips and Branch channel and the recent and every week Mandel update meetings to learn more about these great developments. The next topic that we'll discuss is the 2nd anniversary of Defibox. So Defibox is now 2 years old, and it is doing very helpful work for EOS and empowering people with democratized and decentralized finance. They also share a weekly data review where they show their TVL and trading and yield opportunities and so forth, as you can see here. So happy birthday and happy anniversary to Defibox, and thank you for all the great work. Nice one. Also helped celebrate Defibox, which is nice to see these collaborations between great EOS community builders. And then you can, of course, check out defibox.io to learn more. And there's also an Everything EOS Weekly Report from June 6th, where you can learn about Defibox recently launching Balance, which is a very helpful application on EOS from Defibox that will use Yield Plus and so forth. So that's that. And thank you very much, Defibox, and happy anniversary. And finally, we'll wrap it up today with some EOS community events. So first event that we'll focus on right now is the Helios Twitter Spaces. So Helios always hosts Twitter Spaces pretty shortly after these EOS Hot Sauce live streams. So everybody's welcome to join. These are at 17 UTC on every Friday. And today we'll be talking about transition from Web 2 to Web 3 and the EOSIO ecosystem. I'm planning to join this and hope to see you there. We always have fascinating conversations, and you can also listen to recordings from past conversations, of course. Helios also did some great interviews with EOS builders HokenTech, and they've also been doing a Futurist series every other week with a lot of great thinkers. And then, of course, as I mentioned before, Helios has been doing a tremendous work hosting the live streams and the First Contact live streams and so forth for Eden. So check out their YouTube channel to see all these great videos and learn more about the great work of Helios and Eden and all these great initiatives that are working within the EOSIO space. I also mentioned before the Eden Town Hall meetings, which we meet every Sunday at 16 UTC. Felix co-hosts this with myself. And we have great conversations, and there's several Eden delegates and many passionate Eden members here. So you can join us there in the Eden Discord, and then also you can watch the videos every week on the YouTube channel, and then also the Eden Fractal. Once again, it's every Thursday, or no, not every Thursday, it's every Wednesday at 13 UTC, and look out for some upcoming networking events. And then also, of course, every Wednesday at 19 UTC is the EOS Community Fireside Chat, where you can speak with many of the best builders in EOS. Highly recommend everybody to join. And of course, you can watch all the videos and short clips from these EOS Fireside Chats on the Everything EOS YouTube channel. And we also have the EOS giveaway or the EOS support giveaway shows hosted by Charles Bishop. He's been doing these for the past month or two, and everybody can win EOS with quizzes. And also it's a great opportunity for people to learn about EOS too. Charles does amazing work. So thank you so much, Charles, and EOS support. And lastly, I'll just do one more reminder about the Twitter Spaces from Helios that's coming up in approximately 35 minutes. And also I'll check the chat too. I see lots of comments here. So once again, thank you everybody so much for joining. I'm seeing some pomelos and some spicy chili, and I'm not seeing grapefruit emojis, but I'm seeing pomelos. Thank you, Veronica and Andrew and Daniel and Ian for everybody for all the fun conversation. I'm just skimming it right now, but it looks like there's lots of fun and enjoyable conversation. So thanks everybody so much for being here and joining us on this week's Hot Sauce. Thanks everybody again for participating in the Eden election, and I'm very much looking forward to working with everybody there. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody at these EOS community events and this Helios Twitter Spaces, and yeah, I'm thrilled to be sharing this with you. I'm looking forward to next week's Hot Sauce and sharing lots more spicy news with you. So until then, remember to like, subscribe, and share to help grow EOS and keep it spicy. Thank you everybody so much, and have a great weekend, and see you next week. And as always, go EOS. Thank you everybody.